This is Parker's Post. Parker's Post. What you talking about, military? What you talking about, military?
Military, man, tell me, man, what's up with that Jalen Hurts, man?
I don't know. He might be as advertised. He might be. But it's jury's still out.
Well, you know, that's a one-word answer, man.
What's your answer?
And you know what day my garbage come on?
What day?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
And he going in the garbage.
he ain't the only one out there on the side of the curb now. But they had that other veteran presence that have seen this defense before. At least this type of scheme can definitely help them out.
Is that the same thing we said about James when he was here in Tampa? Okay then. Okay, then let's change the subject. Welcome back to Parker's Post, everybody. We coming up with week 4 of our predictions. I got my main man, Military who?
Military James.
Oh,
what's going on, brother?
Goodness. He say Military James. Boy, I'm gonna tell you something, boy. Well, I done ran into a lot of military guys lately, boy, and they want to take your title, man.
Well, there's always a first.
No. In my book, there's only one Military James, and that's you.
All right, I appreciate that.
So man, you know, let's go back to week 3 for a minute, man. Let's talk about last night, that Monday Night Football game. Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, the Cowboys showed at the plate. They showed at the plate. C.D. Lamb, he is growing into his own. He's making people forget about that other guy that left.
Ooh. Boy, you better watch your mouth, boy. You better watch your mouth, boy.
I didn't say he's gone. I'm just saying
Okay.
he's making people forget.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, here, man. I love me some Dak Prescott. You already know that was coming.
Yeah, I know that
I
was
love me some Dak Prescott, man. But I'm gonna tell you this, you know, we ain't gonna get too carried away with this, here, man, because I got some numbers here, man. Jalen Hurts, 25 out of 39 for 326, 2-2, 2 picks. But that Dak Prescott, man, I don't know what done happened to him, man. He done came into his own. 21 out of 26 for 238 and 3 scores, man.
very efficient with the ball. One, took care of the ball, didn't turn it over.
Okay.
But extremely efficient. Took the deep shot when the deep shot was available. Other than that, he kept it, under control, kind of the dink and dunk.
Right.
Kind of reminiscent of what we see when Brady was with the Patriots. They'll take their shots, but
we ain't gonna talk about Brady this yet, man. We gonna we got all show to talk about him.
What I'm saying is, those young quarterbacks, they actually the ones that study the game, study the history. They're learning from the Steve Youngs. Those guys that even if they're not running a true West Coast offense, they're taking what the defense gives them.
Okay.
So they're not trying to throw in the double coverage. They're not trying to always go for the big bump. Take what's in front of you, move the chains. Take what's in front of you, move the chains. Run the ball, play action. Then when the shot comes available, you make it count.
Okay. I'll give you that. So, do you think Dallas Cowboys have? Oh, everybody, I got my darn old Deion Sanders jersey on. This ain't the other dude 21. There's only one 21. Where's a couple 21 back in my book? Back in the days. But we ain't talking about that running back here, man. Because they got some problems at the running back, man. They got some running back controversy going on.
You think so?
Tell you this here.
Your controversy is only issue
One fumble away, that's where
when you lose. When you losing, it's a real issue then.
I'll tell you something, man, because I love that Pollard, man. I love Pollard.
I'm not gonna go for
And why the Bucks don't have a change of pace back like that, man?
they
They got everybody look the same.
So we ain't gonna talk about. Let's stay on the Cowboys.
Okay,
we got
okay,
time to get to that game.
Okay.
So Pollard, where would you put him? So if you saying Zeke is your power back,
Correct.
is Pollard a power back? Because he's kind of
Scat.
he's
But-
running with
but
he
he
running
run
with some
between the tackles.
aggression. He
He
running
run
with some
between the tackles.
power.
Yes.
So I don't know. So would you consider him more well-rounded?
Yes.
Mm.
But at the same time, Zeke Elliott is more well-rounded as well. But I think what the problem is with him, I think he has lost a little bit of that first step.
Mm.
Now that's all I can say.
So you think we're getting a little long in the tooth?
No.
5 miles on?
No. Instead of him losing 5 or 10 on the whole season, he should have lost 20 and 30.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I go with that.
So let's move on to our next topic, man. Let's get on. Let's move on. What was the best game you watched, man, on Sunday?
Green Bay and the 49ers. That was a fantastic game. And I think Jimmy G came into his own. Now the problem I had with the 49ers is they cannot consistently keep running the ball. Every now and then they'll get a couple breaks, but they basically, was throwing the ball. But when they threw it, man, they was spot on. They was
Okay.
spot on.
Okay, I'll give you that one,
Green
man.
Bay ran the ball effectively though.
I think a lot of time we get mistaken early in the season all the time. We've seen one out of the favorite teams get a loss early, and we kind of write them off a little bit. But I always say this here, man, you cannot write off Aaron Rodgers because he always going to be right there at the nick of things at the end of the season.
You're absolutely right.
Now, they may not win everything, but they will be there.
They in the fight every time.
Yes.
Every time.
They're in the fight.
So you think this was the best Aaron Rodgers we're gonna see this year?
No.
You don't think so?
No. The only reason why I say that, because I don't think he's comfortable with his other receivers.
Okay. So we in week 3. So say week 10, we should be seeing the best ball from the 49ers and the Packers.
I ain't gonna say the 49ers.
You ain't gonna say the 49ers?
No, I ain't gonna say the 49ers because you said Jimmy G. Man, I'm gonna tell you this here. He ready to darn bust a grape at any minute.
But boy, Trey Lance looked good. I mean, he didn't do much. But I like what they're doing. They're keeping the defense off pace. They bring him in so he's gonna go for the run. So now if they can incorporate when they bring him into the game, the defense crowd the box, and then you give him opportunity to throw the ball. That way, that will definitely keep everybody off balance.
Okay. All right, then. Well, you know what, Dan? We ain't gonna talk about this too much, man. It's too early in the season, man.
Mm-hmm.
Too much early in the season, and I know I'm going to back my words in a few weeks, but I don't know, I don't know, man. 49ers, man, y'all need to do some work.
They need some work.
So, what was that big surprise and loss, man, on Sunday?
The Chiefs.
Oh my goodness.
I just did not. I'll be honest with you.
You didn't lose no money, did you?
No. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot of folks in that barbecue area over there in Kansas City.
What?
Kansas City.
Hey,
They
man.
lost some money because you know what? I guarantee if you was to look at the fan base that Saturday, they had already written off the charges. They was already looking for the next game. As a matter of fact, they were looking for the rematch for the Super Bowl. They were already talking about it, and they just totally missed the team that was in front of them, and they came to play.
Well, I don't have too much to say over the Chargers and Chiefs, but the Chiefs secondary sucks.
Got exposed.
Well, not just Sunday. The Bucs exposed them too.
Yeah, but they a lot of teams supposed to have retooled in the offseason. I think.
And the Reed is an offensive guru, so his defensive side. Because my whole thing is, if you can average between 25, 20, 30 points a game, that you should be winning.
Yeah. You should. Well, you should win about 70% of your games.
Correct.
Because sometimes you're going to be in a shootout.
Yeah.
And if your team offensively can score, but if your defense can't stop someone, it's all about ball management, time management.
Yeah.
Who got the ball last is who's going to win.
Yeah. You're right. So like I say, it's still early in the season, man. Because we would never write off the Chiefs yet.
No. But I'm not 100% sold on them charges. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, don't worry about it. Dad, we're going to talk about them a little bit later in the show here.
All right.
Talk about it a little. So let's go back to this, to the very surprising win, man. We talked about this last week. The Bengals done put some on them Steelers, man.
No, that ain't the most surprising part. The surprising part is what the Steelers record. There's some folks in Steelers Nation right now are having a conniption because they did not envision them losing 2 in a row.
They offensive line suck.
It ain't. Look, there are 3 parts that I'm have an issue with the Steelers. Thank you, brother. No offense, but I gotta call it what it is. Big Ben, it's time to hang it up, man. Time to hang it up, cause this is the thing. Every team that got a superstar quarterback, they saw, especially one that's kind of either long in the teeth or injury prone, they saw the writing on the wall, and they went out and drafted one, even if the guy's going to sit a couple of years. Now, the Steelers got Mason Rudolph. That dude is not the answer. The running game is kind of okay, but you can't run the ball. The offensive line is like Swiss cheese. And that defense, man, they was known for that defense. But that secondary is exposed.
Well, I ain't gonna call no names, man, but that left tackle, you should be blocking for Jameis. I don't need no phone calls, don't need no text messages. I ain't gonna say no name.
You ain't gonna call?
But if you was blocking for Jameis Winston, you play left tackle. It's time to hang it up, man.
So you think the Steelers done this year?
Yeah, maybe 500.
You know what?
500, they'll finish about third in their darn division.
Steelers Nation, this is time for y'all to start rebuilding.
Man, I just go ahead and put that darn bag on my darn face when I go to the stadium.
Boy, they gonna burn your truck up.
I'll tell you this here. Man, I used to be a Steelers fan back with Frank O'Hara, so that was a long time ago. And that was my last team, Steelers, back in the 70s. Man, do you know how many years have passed since the 70s?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Now let me ask you this question. And me and a friend of mine, we had a discussion. He believes that there should be 2 changes in Pittsburgh. Big Ben and Thomas.
Man, he need to watch his mouth, man.
And that's a diehard Steelers fan.
Part A may be right, man. Come on, man.
Well,
Tomlin ain't never went out there and took no snap. He ain't hit nobody.
Oh, wait. I think he did play in the league.
No, a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. So, my question is this. The Steelers are not known to get rid of a coach. Their coaches do a full tenure, and then they let them ride off in the sunset, and then they groom their replacement from within. So, do you think, and I think you've been, 15, 16, 17 years, something like that?
He took over for
Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher was there. He took over
for Chuck Noll.
Yep. Chuck Noll was number 1, right?
Yeah, no, well, in the modern era, yeah. Okay. They had a couple other ones. So, do you think now is the time for Pittsburgh to start looking within their coaching staff to start looking who they go be their next person?
No, not yet. He had a couple bad apples. He had a couple bad apples. and plus they didn't draft a quarterback in years, so they, I think this year, we really talking about the Steelers, but I really think this is a rebuilding year for the Steelers.
I agree.
I think Big Ben is there for whoever they damn young quarterback is, just grooming him right now.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be able to talk about it a little bit later. But the one thing about the Steelers, you can't win a championship every year.
No. But that's it. That's that fan base. So you think about the Cowboys fan base, the Chiefs fan base, the Steelers fan base. Every year, they got this imaginary expectation that they're going to be in the Super Bowl. The reality.
Well, because you go back to football in the 70s, those were the teams. Well, I ain't gonna say the Chiefs were in the 60s.
Yeah.
So but let's move on, man. Let's move on, man. Man, we ain't gonna waste too much time talking about them darn Steelers, man. So let's move on, man. Let's get on the week 4, man. They look at the great matchups coming up this weekend. Great matchups coming this weekend.
So the game that sticks out to me right off the bat is that Carolina Panther Cowboy game. NFC game, but now we've got the news that the running back for Carolina, he dinged up. So I don't know if he's going to play or not play. So if he plays, if McCaffrey plays, that could be the difference maker in whether or not the Cowboys can effectively stop a modern day Marshall Faulk.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I hate to use this on you today. There's no need for it, but I have to put him on the plate. Don't ever say he's a Marshall Faulk.
Nope, I said Marshall Faulk.
Man,
there's only one Faulk.
But I'm gonna tell you this. The Cowboys gonna throw a look at him. Gonna throw a look at that quarterback that he hasn't seen yet. And I'm gonna tell you this here. This is going to be a hell of a matchup, and I think they're going to stop the ball, stop the run game against the Cowboys this week. Because I know the Cowboys run for almost 200 yards this past week. So, so I really think they're going to be a great game. I do think the quarterback for the Panthers, I'm not going to call his name, because we already had to say he wasn't no good when he was with the Jets, and I ain't going to say his name. But his first name rhymes with ham.
Spam.
But I do think that's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's gonna be a great game.
I don't think that's gonna be the best game.
But you know what though? The way I look at and I'm gonna say it again. I think what the Cowboys are trying to do, the Cowboys are trying to learn how to win again. And if the Cowboys get this win, that's gonna push them to 3-1. And I told you back in week 1, I think the Cowboys are gonna win that division.
You did say that.
Because that division been the weakest in football for years now.
Yeah.
Weak.
Not no more. I think every team in that division has made some level of improvement.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Man, let's move on to the next game, man. What do you think, man? What do you think about them Seahawks going to San Francisco, man?
Seahawks got to win.
Oh my goodness! Already, man, it's a must win already.
Yeah, they got to win.
Hold on, week 4 must win.
Here's the thing: if you can't find a ways to beat certain teams,
right?
How are you supposed to beat the teams that people deem that you're supposed to beat?
Right.
And that's where they are right now.
Okay.
So the miscommunication, the offensive line play, they were known for their defense, the Legion of Boom. We're not seeing that anymore. We haven't seen it in a few years.
But tell me who's still there, just a linebacker?
But you know what? How did all of them get there first? They drafted. They went out and got free agents. They developed the talent. I don't know what has happened. I don't know what's changed.
Okay, but tell me this here. Where's that fast receiver at that he wanted to prove to the world that he can run with the fastest guys in the world. Where he's at?
Metcalf. He's still out there.
Where he at?
He out there running. Now, here's the problem. They separate.
Is he still running on the track?
No, he on that field.
I can't tell.
Here's the problem.
Have they called his name as yet?
If they suffer from the same thing Steelers suffer from. If your offensive line is like Swiss cheese, he ain't got the quarterback that time to do nothing but run for his life.
Hold on. Let me tell you something, man. They got Russell last name Wilson.
Yeah.
His nephew of Charlie Wilson.
But he can only do so much.
Man, ain't him damn nephew of Charlie Wilson, man, because Charlie would have been called him on the phone.
Do so much. And that's a problem. You can only do so much. And the 49ers, really, I think they played their best football Sunday against the Packers. I think they played their best football.
Well, I think the 49ers going to have a good season, man. I don't know, because we got to talk about the Raiders a little later, but I think the 49ers are starting to come into their own.
Yep.
I think they got a lot of young players.
A lot of young players. On both sides of the ball. The offensive line is young, too.
You know, I love the coaching staff out there. So who you got? For the Seahawks 49ers.
You know what? I'm going with the Seahawks.
Well, I love me some Russell. Last name Wilson. I love me some Russell last name Wilson. But I got to go with the 49ers, man. I just think they're more complete right now.
Okay.
You know, I think I think they're playing better football right now. Because we can go back to last week, you know, they were maybe one play away.
Yeah, I agree. They one play away, but I think they don't have enough discipline on the offensive and defensive line. Those penalties is the reason why it went down to. If you would have a little more discipline on the line, and they made some bad calls. I'm talking like rough in the pass, unnecessary stuff. So that's discipline.
Okay.
That's easy to fix.
Okay.
The problem is that we don't know if they can make that adjustment in the short.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out as soon as Sunday get here. So
we already know you got the Cowboys over the Panthers.
Yes, I have Cowboys, and I'm going with the 49ers.
All right.
I'm going with the 49ers. Okay. We have two undefeated teams coming in this Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Rams and
Cardinals and the Rams.
I'm going Cardinals. I'm going a little scat back when playing quarterback. I think that they are playing probably the most consistent football right now.
Have you ever watched the darn cartoon Ninja Turtles?
Back in the day.
Raphael. He reminds me of Raphael.
Nah, he reminds me of Splinter. Wiry.
Hey. But that's gonna be a great game. I think that's a great matchup. I really think. Man, we got so many games, man. But all these are great games this week, man, because everybody is fighting to stay number one in their division.
Mm-hmm.
These are great games. For this to be the quarter mark of the season, even though we're playing 17 games this year.
Right.
This is gonna be a hell of a matchup, man. Because the Rams ain't able to get that running game going.
Well, they weren't able to really get it running. Their running game really have not been really effective.
Well,
that screen game is pretty good.
They're not going to be able to beat the Cardinals there, man, because you got to keep that quarterback off the field, man. Because you see what happened last week. They let him keep coming on the field, and what he did.
Yep.
Ate him alive.
Ate him, picked him apart.
Yeah, Raphael came out and ate him alive.
So, who you going with?
Man, I got to go with that damn Ninja Turtle, too. I got to go with them Cardinals.
All right. So, you got the Ravens and the Broncos. Nah, the Broncos.
That's another great matchup, man.
The Broncos undefeated.
That's why I say it's a great football coming up. Week 4. Week 4 would be. I tell y'all what, y'all fall asleep if you want to, man. Y'all been around and eat some of Mama's cooking. Oh my goodness, man! I got to take that out, man. 'Cause my man done patting that. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, he can call me anyway. But man, but you'll fall asleep. If you fall asleep, you're gonna miss a lot of football on Sunday.
Oh yeah, this is real.
Woo! And you ain't lying about that one, boy, especially after church.
But here's a catch. Are you willing to bet against Action Jackson?
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Against Teddy Running Water Bridgewater,
I'm gonna tell you something.
the silent assassin.
Teddy Bridgewater is both of them are both quarterbacks are from South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater showed Action Jackson how to be that dirt mobile.
Teddy Bridgewater is the silent assassin. He don't do a whole bunch of talking. He ain't got a bunch of flair, but he picked the bone dry. I'm going with the silent assassin. I'm going with the silent assassin.
Me too, you know, because I ain't sold on no Ravens yet, man. I'm just
Now,
man,
Action Jackson, we love Action Jackson.
Yeah, we love
But it's a team game.
Let me tell you
It's
something.
a team game.
Action Jackson, man, have to go back. Go back to the 80s and see why they call him Action Jackson.
You know, he got to have for them to win, he got to run the ball 100 yards at least for them to win the game. And we know RG3 showed us that on a consistent basis is not a recipe.
Hey, man. We're not even gonna talk about that, man. I'm going with the Broncos, man.
All right.
So, woo. All right, man. Let's go ahead with our local team. Tom Brady going back home.
That's going to be a pretty good game. But
Monday night.
I just think the Bucs just got a little too much firepower. Now the question is, can they shore up that secondary? Because they have some injuries. Can they shore up that secondary in a week? Well, Bruce Arians, they asked him, and he said he got a couple guys on the practice squad he's going to run them up. I don't know if they're trying to get Richard Sherman. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Okay.
But if they don't get that secondary tightened up, that could be an L.
You know, I want you to chime back in a minute. So that game's the primetime game Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucs back in. They didn't do anything during the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
But they was having problems before they started getting injuries.
Yes, they was.
And I'm finna tell you this here. I don't think it's the back end.
You think it's the front? They're not getting no push.
The pressure's not like it was. You know your big number 45, that linebacker, man, they ain't scared of him no more, man.
White, yeah.
They ain't scared of him no more. They ain't scared of him, man. You only can keep intimidated until somebody hits you in the mouth back.
Right.
And I think that what it happened.
Well, in the defense, they didn't have everybody play that game, but that's no excuse.
Who?
The Bucs didn't have everybody.
Four fingers.
JPP, I don't know what you're talking about, no four fingers.
Hey.
So, but you did have Antonio Brown wasn't there. So now the question is going to be, everybody should be there at least in that front seven.
Okay.
You got, as you say, the new number one wide receiver, Antonio Brown.
Man, that kind of showed us again on Sunday. No separation.
So now
Separation.
You have all of this going on.
Right.
So now the question is going to be, can they put it all together to have a dominant win at Foxborough?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this here. Number one, I think Brady threw for 2 minutes. He passed the ball too many times last week. Cause I think he might have had about 430 something passing yards last week. So I think where he's very efficient at when he around about the low threes, something like that. So
they get good balance.
I'm looking for the Bucs to put an old school spanking on the Patriots.
All right, I'm going with the Bucs as well.
I'm talking about an old school spanking. An old school spanking.
All right, we're going.
I think the headlines Monday morning gonna be New England ain't found a replacement yet.
Well, you gotta think about it. How many teams? Let's just pick 3 teams. We'll say the Bucks because Brady's there now. But we look at Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. When those 2 guys just left the field, who do they have behind them? Now, Green Bay actually went out and addressed it. The Steelers didn't. So, that's like the only team that I've seen successfully do it. Only 2 teams. Green Bay, when Favre was there, Aaron Rodgers came in, the understudy came in, team didn't miss a beat. Right. The 49ers, when Montana was there, Steve Young was there, came in, didn't miss a beat. But everybody else, they run into these issues where you got this huge drop off in talent, but the expectation for the fan base and the team is still at the same level that superstar was there.
Okay. I give you that. I'm not gonna, man. I ain't gonna fight them. I love talent again. I love the Bucks because it's my hometown. I ain't gonna, the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna say I'm going against them ever. But sometimes the stars don't line up for them. But this week,
they're lining up.
Boy, they bright. Hey, come out the stars. Tell you something. The big, what is called the big duper.
Mm-hmm.
The big duper gonna be shining bright.
So, last run on the Bucks. Do you think they finally get the running game going and they get a 100-yard rushing?
What I think they need to do with this running game, man.
You got playoff plenty and you got Rojo.
I love me some Leonard Fournette. But what his problem is, they tiptoe too much. But at the same time, the holes ain't down.
Yeah.
But where I got a problem at, man, is with that dude from USC. You supposed to be a change of pace guy. Show me that you're a change of pace guy. Show me.
I just think, in my own personal opinion, he's too busy trying to mimic Walter Payton's running style, or maybe even Eric Dickerson's running style, instead of, finding what works best for you.
Yeah.
And then use, your speed, your shiftiness. He has good balance, but we don't get a chance to see it too much because he's trying to hit the hole and run somebody over. That's not your role. That's Lenny's.
Okay. So let's move on, man. Let's go on to Monday night, man. That's my game of the week. That's my game of the week, man. Woo. Now we got Raiders and the Chargers. Now they're gonna be a lot of, people on the West Coast really only understand is what I'm gonna say. That the Raiders done had 3 homes.
Yeah.
Now they going back home. The one of their ex-home.
Well, that's going to be. I think the biggest game is going to be in the stands.
What, they gonna be fighting?
They're going to be fighting there. They're going to be fighting in the stands.
Hey, whoa. So you trying to tell me? When the Chargers went up, they left San Diego and they went up to LA.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't have no darn vicious fans either.
They got some fans, but it ain't nothing like that black hole out there.
But they ain't vicious.
They vicious.
But they got 1 or 2.
No, they got a handful. Nothing like that doggone Raider Nation. Now, I'll tell you that between the Raiders and the 49er fans on that West Coast, them the most violent fans. And they're the most passionate fans for their team. Now, I think San Diego gonna come to play, but I just think the Raiders just got a little too much power for them, and they really haven't found a way to stop the wideouts.
What I think gonna happen? I think Gruden finally got his guys. The team he wanted. Now they started last year. What they started at 3-0 or 2-0?
2-0, I think.
Okay, but now they 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Now I ain't gonna say he'll Super Bowl contender. Now I ain't gonna never say that. But I do think they will beat that West this year. You know, cause Seattle is down.
Yeah, Seattle is. They're trying to call themselves back out of the hole.
Chargers still trying to figure out how to win.
Yep, I'm not convinced. I'm not sold on the Chargers.
You know, so
49ers, we're in the same boat. We're not sold on the 49ers.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, it's really the Raiders to take the whole West.
Yeah, right. And I like, I'm just waiting for the running back to come back.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
But I'm telling you, but that quarterback throwing that ball though.
Yeah, he's throwing a rock.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. For a minute, man. But I thought it was guy there, baby Joe Montana for a minute.
Now that's a little bit disrespectful.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
That's a little disrespectful.
How about the baby Steve Young?
You still,
Oh,
these guys got that jacket. This cat may not ever see a jacket.
Hold on, whoa. I'm gonna tell you something. What if he do what Chad Johnson did? Just go buy him a jacket.
Moving right along.
Okay.
So we both got the Chargers on this game.
No, man, no.
I know we both got the Raiders.
Okay. Oh no.
Now, as we do every week, we got a hand out. That Tampa hand rope.
Oh my God. Hey man, there is no beat around this. I'm getting straight to the point. Justin Fields, you should be shaming your damn self.
Now,
Justin Fields, hey, I'm telling you something. Any Chicago fan, man, I plead for y'all, man. Man, that's some of the most embarrassing football I ever seen in my life. Man, how can you have your very first start and you get 9 sacks on you, man?
look,
9 sacks.
do you blame the quarterback or the coach?
Coach, organization, the running back that both been chipping, the lineman, the darn receiver they ain't getting open, no separation, the tight end, everybody. Man, I blame everybody for his downfall
So
right now.
who get the hand roll? Now we might well just get a
Justin
whole.
Fields.
No,
No, I'm giving Justin Fields, man, because
giving
this
the
the whole
hand
thing
roll
about
to
it.
the entire offense. The entire offense, including coaching staff. Because here's the problem. They didn't blitz that much. They beat y'all with 4 down linemen. So if you already know the man coming hard off the corner, hey, we just gonna have 2 wideouts and we keep the tight end in and we just double team Myles Garrett, and hopefully, them offensive linemen can settle up on the side and give the quarterback time to get the ball there. But they didn't do that.
But you know this Myles. Well, I ain't gonna talk about Myles Garrett as of yet. But I'm gonna tell you this here. They was max protected. And they was still getting their head beat in.
Again, hand roll go to the entire offensive side of the ball, including coaching staff.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I feel so bad for the Chicago fans, man.
I know, they used to this.
No, man, they still doing the shuffle.
Man, you forgot they had Jay Cutler.
Hey, man, they love them some Jay Cutler for a minute.
Boy, you better.
They love them some Jay Cutler.
In the words of Stephen A., Jay Cutler should be arrested for grand theft because he stole money from them and didn't deliver.
Hey, man, they love them some Jay Cutler, man. So, okay.
Who's gonna get that my guy still?
Man, I gotta give the 2 players, man. They had hell of a game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford, man. Left them sorry-ass lion. And, he put us some great numbers, man. 27 out of 38 for 343, but 4 touchdowns. He lit that damn Buccaneer. He beat
up the second
back in like they was some darn barbecue chicken. And I got 2 guys, man. Matthew Stafford and Miles Garrett with the 4.5 sacks.
All right. I'm gonna give my guy stick to the entire Browns defense.
So, whoa. Before you finish this statement, so you said Chicago got the, you gave them the worst offense, and you say the Browns' whole defense put something on.
Put something on.
Oh,
First of all, you got beat in the trenches.
okay.
The linebackers stuck everybody. They were barely getting the first down.
Okay.
Even after there was no yards after the catch. None.
Okay.
Secondary had them guys on lockdown.
Okay.
Everybody gets my guy stick on my side.
Okay.
Now that was probably one of the most complete defensive performances we've seen probably this year.
Okay.
I mean, in a competitive game, I should say that, in a competitive game. Some of the games were blowout, so in a competitive game.
Right.
But that defensive line, once they had them guys on down and distance and they had no choice but to throw the ball, that defense was licking their chops.
So,
And they showed it.
So let's get ready to end this show, man. I want to thank you guys again for coming back for our Week 4 predictions. We're gonna have a special mid-season college football edition coming up in a couple weeks. Because we can't talk about it right now, man, because our team is getting their head beat in. And we're not even going to go there right now. We're going to wait for a couple more weeks, and we're going to come out and we're going to ruffle a lot of feathers. But we're finna end the show, and we always say this here. Stay cool.
Stay dry.
And what we do,
Smoke what you like.